So good evening,
Good evening,
friends.
sir.
Good evening. Good evening. So how are you? How are you?
Sir, I'm fine, sir.
Okay. Am I audible? Are you able
Your
to see
voice,
the screen?
uh, silent voice.
Pardon. Is there any voice problem?
Yes, sir. Some lag in your voice.
It's like
Okay. I think there is some internet issue here. I'm using my mobile phone. Now is it audible?
Now clear, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we were discussing about yesterday about the questions. So we will go ahead with the UPSC previous year's questions. Okay. So we have finished the company wars. Yes or no? Have we completed the company wars?
yes, sir.
Okay. So Battle of Bandy was 1760 was fought between French and English, French and Dutch, Dutch and English, English and Portuguese.
A.
French.
How many of you say A? Soumya? Okay. A is correct answer. You can see Sir Ayerkut decimates Count de Lally's army in the Third Carnatic War, in the Battle of Bandy Wash, and that is the end of the empire dream of the French in India. Totally they are decimated, and all their what you called places have been captured by the British. Okay. With reference to the significance of the Battle of Plassey, consider the following statements. It laid to the foundation of British Empire in India. Mir Qasim became the Nawab of Bengal after this battle. Sovereignty of English over Calcutta was recognized. Which
Sir,
are the
all three.
statements?
D.
Hmm?
D.
Just check. What is the
All
answer for
one.
the statements? All are correct.
Sir,
And now can you answer? Yeah, go ahead,
sir, I
Saurabh.
think A will be the answer.
A.
Yes, sir.
So can we go one by one statement? Battle of Plassey
A.
took place in which year? Battle of
757.
Plassey. Subhasri, which year? Battle of Plassey.
1757.
And 1757. So this Battle of Plassey established the foundation, no, for British in India.
Yes, sir. It is true.
Okay. So that means statement one is true. Mir Qasim became the Nawab of Bengal after this battle. So go to the chronology. I did chronology. Murshid Quli Khan, Then you will find the second one was what? Sujauddin Muhammad Khan, yes or no? Son of Shah Jahan.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then Sarfaraz Khan. Then Alawardi Khan. Then Siraj Uddaulah. And Siraj Uddaulah was during the Battle of Plassey, 1757, forces of Robert Clive,
Yes, sir.
Amir Chand, Jagat Singh,
57.
Manik Chand, all of them, Rai Durlab, everybody joined together. So after Siraj Uddaulah is killed by his warlord, treachery by warlord Mir Jafar. So who becomes the next Nawab after Siraj? Mir Jafar. After Mir Jafar was not in a position to pay the extracted, what you call revenue, he was replaced by his son-in-law, Mir Qasim. And Mir Qasim, he tried to reform and he restricted the British, and he was the one who fought the Battle of Buxar. So he runs away. So who is replaced? Finally, next Mir Jafar. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Are you getting me? So you see, Nawab of Bengal after 1757, who became Alivardi Suraj Uddara was during the battle after he was killed by Mir Jafar. Mir Qasim became or Mir Jafar? Mir Jafar or Mir Qasim? Who became the Nawab?
Mir Jafar.
That means statement
Mir
2 is
Jafar,
wrong.
sir.
That means statement 2 is wrong. Do you agree?
Oh, sorry, sir. Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Now, in this battle, you can see sovereignty of English over Calcutta was recognized. Yes, it was recognized. So that means what? Answer 1 and 3. So 1 and statement is correct. Third statement is correct. Which option? B. Answer is 1 and 3. Saurav, is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Shubhram, are you getting? So that means where you
Yes,
made
sir.
mistake,
Sir,
your
sir.
mistake, Shubhram, Mir Qasim was
Yes.
there, but Mir Qasim was in the Battle of Buxar in 1764. Okay.
So I will ask an illogical question like Mir Qasim ultimately became the Nawab of Bengal if we go by chronology. So after the battle, Mir Qasim was also the Nawab, but the question didn't ask about immediately or immediately
No,
after
no,
that.
no, no.
If
Mir
we go by
Qasim comes
chronology,
after Mir Jafar. Why? After Mir
Mir-
Jafar was put in place, Mir Jafar had to give rupees 1.77 crore in war indemnity. It is not Mir Qasim. It was Mir Jafar who gave. Okay.
okay, sir.
It is Mir Jafar who gave, and moreover, he also gave the what you called the Britishers the rights. And you know what is the Battle of Plassey? This money went from Bengal, it went to Carnatic. That is why you can see Hector Munro, who decimated Sir Ayerkut. Sir Ayerkut, he decimated the French in the Battle of Bandivasi. Okay. So the answer is B, 1 and 3 is correct. So with the reference to the Treaty of Allahabad, consider the following statements. Robert Clive concluded the treaty after the Battle of Buxar. Nawab Suja-ud-Dawla agreed to surrender Allahabad and Kara to the British to the Emperor Shah Alam. Shah Alam granted the Diwani of Bengal, Bihar, and Orissa to the East India Company. Consider the following statements above which is correct. So now we'll go one by one statement. Robert Clive concluded the treaty after Buxar.
Yes, sir.
So, okay, so statement 1 is correct. So this tripartite treaty tripartite party defeated. Who are the tripartite? Mir Qasim, the Nawab of Bengal, this one Suja Ud Daula, Nawab of Awadh, and Mughal
Emperor
Emperor.
Shah Alam.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. The Emperor Shah Alam.
Shah Alam, all three together, they said we have to defeat the Christian British East India Company. So they came, but they defeated. Who decimated? Major Hector Munro. So after that, Robert Clive concludes two treaties. Allahabad Treaty of 1765 1, Allahabad Treaty 2, 1765, and first treaty is with Suja ud Dawla, second treaty is with Shah Alam. So Robert Clive is the person who concludes two treaties of 1765. So statement 1 is correct. Nawab Shuja ud Dawla agreed to surrender Allahabad and Kara. Yes, he agreed to surrender. He gave it to the British, and the British sold it to the Emperor Shah Alam. So statement 2 is also correct. Statement 3. Shah Alam granted the Diwani of the Bengal province, which includes Bengal, Bihar, and Orissa, to the East India Company. Yes. So answer, if all the statements are correct, which is the answer?
D.
Which is the answer? Right option?
D, sir.
D. D.
D.
Option D.
Sir, in this question, the option 2, Shah Sujaudallah agreed to surrender Allahabad and Kara. Actually, he surrendered it to the British, and British gave it to the.
No. In technical terms, it was surrendered to British, and British sold it to Emperor. Okay. So you can see in the explanation that Robert Clive concluded two treaties. Treaty 1 with Suja ud Dawla and Treaty 2 with Shah Alam. So the surrender of Allahabad and Kara happened to the British by Suja ud Dawla, and that British sold it to Emperor Shah Alam II. And additionally, he was given rupees 53 lakh. Shah Alam was given for what? For Nizami functions. And Nawab Shuja ud Dawla also gave Balwant Singh, who is the Banaras. The entire property goes to the estate of Banaras to Balwant Singh. Later, Shah Alam II signs the treaty with Robert Clive. That Robert Clive gets the Shah Alam's permanent granting Diwani of Bengal, Bihar, Orissa. Additionally, he got a pension of rupees 26 lakh per annum plus 53 lakh to the company. Provision was given in return to the Nizamat functions, military, police, administration, all to the provinces. Okay. So which of the following statement are correct regarding the dual government in Bengal? It was introduced by Robert Clive after the Battle of Buxar. Under this company, the British East India Company acquired Diwani functions and Nizami functions. Dalhousie did away with the dual system in 1772. Which is correct? Which are the statements correct? Option A, Robert Clive was the propounder of this dual government. Yes, that is true. Is it true?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Option
Okay,
A is
under this
true.
company acquired Diwani functions and Nizami function. Yes. What they did, what are the functions of Diwani? Revenue collection as well as administration. Nizami, what are the functions they have? One is police functions. 2, law and order. Yes or no? Then 3, they have what?
So actually,
Yes, sir.
They had defense. 4, they have what? Foreign affairs. So, foreign affairs and defense were given to the British. Diwani was given to the British. And Nawab has to look after police and law and order. Now, British used to appoint a deputy Nawab or deputy Subedar. And this Subedar is appointed by the British English East India Company. When this East India Company appoints, what is the issue? This deputy Nawab will look after the police, and moreover, a British resident will be there sitting in the court, and he will interfere in the affairs. So that means what? The company got directly defense and foreign affairs, indirectly to deputy Nawab appointed by the company. Police also came under their control. Only thing Nawab had was no work. So Diwani came. So statement is 2 is correct or wrong? Saurav,
Yes, sir.
is statement 2 is correct or you say it is wrong?
So partially correct, sir, I think.
Partially correct. No,
Yes,
it
sir.
cannot be partially correct. Either it should be fully correct or fully wrong. Because you won't get
Like, sir,
partial.
nowadays, some sentence, the first part may be right or the second part may be right and the first part may be contradictory to it.
Okay, Rahul. Rahul.
Correct, sir.
Okay. Third,
That is correct.
Dalhousie did away with dual system in 1772.
It is wrong, sir.
This is wrong because Dalhousie was not there in 1770.
Then who is the Governor General who was there?
Well,
Huh?
In 73, Warren Hastings become the
Okay. So Warren Hastings, that means statement is this one is wrong. That is just saying Dalhousie is not there. He comes in 1848 to 56. So if statement 1 and 2 is correct,
sir.
which is the option? Which is the option? If 1 and 2 statements are correct, option B is. Are you agreeing? Subhasri?
So B.
B.
option
Okay.
B, sir.
B, sir. B.
Okay. So answer B is correct. Okay. So after the Battle of Buxar, Robert Clive implements this dual government, and they get both Nizamat and that they get the functions of what? Foreign affairs as well as the defense. Later on, they appoint a deputy Nawab or deputy Subedar. That person will control the other part of Nizami function, which is police and law and order. In this way, British totally controlled both the two functions of the state in the government. It's called dual government, and it was abolished by Warren Hastings in 1772. Okay, next question. Hyder Ali took the help of French. Yes or no? To set up a factory in Dindikal, he introduced Western methods of training. He brought submission of the troublesome polygons in South India. So we'll go with statement. Hyder Ali.
Option D.
Okay. Hyder Ali set up factory in Dindikal. Samya, yes, no?
Yes, sir. In
Then,
Dindigul, there is a factory.
yeah, he introduced Western methods of training. Yes, because French was there. He
Yes.
brought
Yes.
submission of troublesome polygons of South India. Yes, it was there. Did I tell you about Rani Velu Nachiyar of Shivaganga story? Rani Velu Nachiyar,
Yes.
Queen of Shivaganga.
So the first freedom fighter.
Yeah, she is the first freedom fighter along with what you called Tipu Sultan. Both are the first freedom fighters. See, today the history is written from north to south. So prior to the Jhansi Rani Lakshmi Bai, you can see the Ramnad Rani, Shivaganga Rani, Rani Velu Nachiyar was fought very gallantly. And not only that, she had the first world's suicide squad. And her commander Queely had,
Yes, sir. Yes.
right? Did I tell you? They went and she put all
He has
explosives
self-immolated.
and to the godown of the enemy of. Are you getting me?
So
Yes,
for
sir.
some time the screen and voice was not visible.
Now is it visible? Now is it visible? Is it visible? Now is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So Queely, hello, are there? Saurav, can you hear me? Saurav, can you hear me? Subhasri, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, but not clear.
Not clear. I think I have issues in the network today, ma. But though I have full. Are you getting me? I'm audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So Queely, Queely was a suicide squad and she died. So she had a relationship, what you call the political relationship with Navelu Nachiyar with Hyder Ali. She got the support, and in some place she fought the British very valiantly. Okay, so what is the answer? 1, 2, and 3. Answer is D. So answer D is correct.
Yes,
So
sir.
Hyder took the help of French to set up. So French helped to set up arms factory in Dindikal. He also used considerable diplomatic skill to what he called maneuver the opponents. With his superior military skill, he brought the troublesome polygars under the control, under his submission. So, which of the following statements are correct about Tipu Sultan? He organized his army on the European model and realized the importance of naval force. He was very influenced by the French Revolution and also became a member of Jacobean Club. He sanctioned funds for the repair of the Sringeri temple.
Yes.
What is the answer? He organized army on the European model and realized the importance of naval force. True or false? First statement. Is first statement true or false?
Sir.
Otherwise, can you type it? If the voice is breaking, can you type it? Okay. Okay, first statement is correct.
Yes.
Option D. Saurav says that all the three statements are correct. Is it so? So we'll see one by one. He organized the army on European model. Yes. Friends supported them and realized the importance of naval force. Yes. Because Tipu Sultan had the most important port with him is the Mahe port. Apart from Mahe port, he had the Calicut port. And after Calicut port, you will have the Mangalore port. So for Mahe and Calicut, he had given some other names. Okay. So first statement is true. Second, he was influenced by revolution. Yes, he was influenced by the French Revolution of liberty, equality, and fraternity. So second statement that he became member of Jacobean Club. Yes, he was influenced by Russian revolution and became member. Third, he sanctioned funds for the repair of Sringeri temple, where Sringeri Sankaracharya stays. Yes, third is also correct. So answer is D. Explanation is D. So the ports of Mahe and Calicut, they are named as Wajidabad and Molidabad in the Mysore. Okay. So he was called Citizen Timbu and he was very much member of Jacobean Club. He was influenced by revolution, French Revolution. He sanctioned funds to repair for an installation of goddess Sharada Devi. So the Treaty of Srirangapattina was signed during the reign of which of the following Governor Generals of India? Lord Auckland, Lord Dalhousie, Lord Mayo, none of the above. So Treaty of Srirangapattinam is signed between the British and the Mysore state. And who was the main in which war? First Anglo-Mysore war, which treaty? Anglo-Mysore War 1. What is the treaty? Treaty of Madras. Yes, no? Are you getting me? Treaty of Madras. Yes. Next, second Anglo-Mysore War 2. War is inconclusive. It ends with Treaty of Mangalore. And War 3 from 1790 to 1792. It ends with Treaty of Srirangapattina. So who was there during the Srirangapattina in 1790 to 1793? Who was the Governor General?
Cornwallis.
Cornwallis was the Governor General. So Lord Auckland comes in the Anglo-Afghan War in 1730s to 1740s. 1740s, Lord Dalhousie, 1840s. Lord Dalhousie, 1848 to 56. Lord Mayo comes in 1870s. So none of them. So none of the above is correct. Answer is D. None of the above. Treaty of Srirangapattina signed in the third Anglo-Mysore War during the reign of Lord Cornwallis. Under this treaty, half of the Mysore kingdom was taken over by the English, and it was also divided by the Nizam as well as Marathas. Consider the following statements about Maharaja Ranjit Singh. He was associated with Sukrachakia missile. He acquired Jammu and Kashmir. Which of the statement is correct? Answer only one. Statement 1 is correct. Yes, he belonged to Sukrachakia missile. Did he acquire The Jammu and Kashmir, yes. Who acquired Jammu and Kashmir? Raja?
Gulabs.
Huh?
Gulabs.
Okay. So that means answer, which is the correct statement? C or D? Both are correct. So answer is C. Answer is C. Ranjit Singh was associated with Sukrachakya missile, and Ranjit Singh acquired Jammu and Kashmir as well as Lahore and Amritsar. In Lahore and Amritsar, both the places, Bangi Sirdars were ruling, and also he had good relations with Dogras and the Nepalis. We have seen already that Dogra chief Sansar Chand Katok, he asked for his help against the Gurkhas, and you can see Mokham Singh, who is the commander of Ranjit Singh, goes and captures, and Kangra Fort comes under, and Hosiapur comes under the control of Ranjit Singh. Later, you can see the Amar Singh Thapa is defeated, and his territory he comes under the he goes and complains to the British once defeat. So British doesn't help. Yes or no? When British doesn't help, Amar Singh Thapa, they retaliate against the British, and that war is called Gurkha Wars. We have already seen. Okay. So next question. Consider the following statements. Treaty of Amritsar marked the end of First Anglo-Sikh War. Under the treaty, Amritsar, the river Satluj, was accepted as a boundary line between the six dominions and the British East India Company. It was signed between Maharaja Ranjit Singh and East India Company. Which other statement is correct? So, Treaty of Amritsar marked the end of Anglo-Sikh War. Rahul?
No, sir.
No.
Treaty of Lahore.
Amritsar comes in 1809, and Anglo-Sikh War comes after death of our Ranjit Singh. Ranjit Singh dies in 1839, and that means from 1845, you can see you have the Sikh issues cropping up. That means where Treaty of Anglo-Sikh War, it is not first Anglo-Sikh War, it is Treaty of Amritsar was signed by Ranjit Singh and during his era. So first statement is wrong. Second statement is correct. Sutlej was the boundary because Bangi Sirdars, they went and complained to the British, and British comes and makes this treaty. And it was signed between Ranjit Singh and East India Company, yes. So 2 and 3 is correct. Which is the right option? Correct? A. Is it so? How many of you are saying yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So answer is A. 1 and 2 is correct. So okay. So 1809, you can see that the Treaty of Amritsar was signed by Maharaja Ranjit Singh as well as the British. Anglo-Sikh War takes place in 1845 to 1846. Under the Amritsar Treaty, Sutlej was accepted as the boundary of line between Sikh dominions and the company. Next, consider the following statements regarding the policy of ring fence. Policy of ring fence was also followed by Governor General Warren Hastings. It was aimed at creating a buffer zones to defend the company frontiers. The policy was reflected in the company's wars against Marathas and Mysore. Which of the statement is above correct? Rahul, what is the first statement? Soumya? Soumya? Rahul? Subhashri? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
1, 2, and 3. Answer is correct. Okay. So the policy of ring fence was started with the SAS system. And who proposed this SAS system as a policy for annexation? Who gave this framework? The original politics proposer is Dupleix, and who gave a framework to SAS system? Which year? 1798. Who was the Governor General of India? Okay, who's the Is my voice not audible?
Yes, sir. Your voice is not audible.
Okay. So now it is audible.
Yes, sir. Now.
Okay. See, there's a lot of network issues since I'm northeast. So we will just discuss this question and close today, and I'll try to connect in some other place tomorrow. Okay. So policy of ring fence was followed by Governor General Warren Hastings. Yes. But who was the person who started and proposed this policy of ring fence in 1798? Lord the Wellesley becomes the Governor General, and he wanted most of the territory. So he wanted the supremacy. Yes or no? Supremacy of the British in India. Supremacy. So he created and he proposed, and this was taken further by Lord Hastings, who wanted not only supremacy, paramountcy, and this was continued further by Warren Hastings in his policy. And this was creating buffer zones to safeguard the dominion of what? They safeguard the properties of British India. So first statement is correct. Second, it aimed at creating buffer zones, different company frontiers. Yes, second is also correct. The policy reflected the war against Marathas and Mysore. Yes, it reflected. So answer is D. 1, 2, and 3 statements are correct. D is correct. So consider the following statements about subsidiary alliance. Under the system, the allying Indian states ruler was compelled to accept the permanent stationing of a British force within his territory. Under the system, the Indian ruler could not employ any European in his service without the prior approval of the British. Satara was the first state which signed the subsidiary alliance system. So, under the system, allied Indian state ruler was compelled to accept permanent stationing. Yes, statement 1 is correct or wrong?
Correct, sir.
It's correct, sir.
Statement 2, under the system, Indian ruler could not employ any other European service without the permission of British. So that is statement 2 is also correct. Satara was the first state
Yes,
to
sir.
sign subsidiary alliance. No,
It is wrong.
the
Hyderabad.
first states to sign by was Hyderabad, and British signed it with the Awadh. Subsidiary alliance, first they signed with whom? First with the French, Hyderabad took. Yes or no? Bazzi was placed, no? With French. And later on, Awadh took. So Satara was the first state. No, it was not. So third statement is wrong. So 1 and 2 is correct. B is the answer. So subsidiary alliance system under Lord Wellesley was the Governor General to build an empire. So that became what? Buffer system. So under the system, the Indian ruler was compelled to keep a stationing a permanent force. Yes, the ruler paid money and also territory, and he took care of the army. Under the system, the ruler cannot have any external relations nor employ any European in his service without the approval. The first Indian state which anticipated the subsidiary alliance was what? Where? First Indian state to fall in this protection trap which anticipated the SA system prior was Awadh. In 1765, they signed a treaty, Allahabad I, under which the company pledged to defend the frontiers of Awadh on the condition Nawab will pay for the expenses of the defense. Okay. So consider the following statements. The policy of doctrine of lapse is attributed to Lord Dalhousie. Doctrine stated that adopted son could be the heir of his foster father's private property, but not the state. Awadh was annexed in 1856 on the ground of misgovernment. Which all the statements are given above is correct. The policy of the doctrine of lapse is attributed to Lord Dalhousie. That is true, no? First statement.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
The doctrine stated that adopted son could not be the heir of the foster father's private property, but not the state. That means that is true. That doctrine of lapse states that adopted son cannot claim the state property, but they can have their own private property. So statement 2 is also correct. Awadh annexed on the pretext of misgovernment, yes. So 1, 2, and 3 answer is correct. So D. So in simple term, doctrine of lapse states that the adopted son could not be the heir of his father's, could be the heir of his father's private property, and he cannot be the heir of the state. So it was the paramount power, the British, to decide whether to bestow state to the adopted son or annex, and because of it does not have any legal heir. Through this policy, it attributed to Dalhousie. He was not its originator. It was a coincidence that during his governor generalship, several important cases arose in which doctrine could be applied. The most important were Satara, Jhansi, Nagpur, Sambalpur, Jaipur, Bhagat, Bagpet in the Baghat in Madhya Pradesh, and also in Madhya Pradesh. So Lord Dalhousie annexed on the pretext of misgovernance by deposing the last Nawab of Awadh, Nawab Wajid Ali Shah, on the grounds of misgovernance. Anglo-Nepalese War ended with the Treaty of Sagoli. Which all the following statements are correct? Nepal accepted a resident. Nepal ceded the districts of Garhwal and Kumaon. Nepal abandoned the claims of Terai. British accepted the Nepal's claim over Sikkim. Which of the statements are correct and which code is correct? So Nepal accepted British resident. True or false? Rahul?
I think it's true, sir.
So first one is true. Nepal ceded districts of Garhwal and Kumaon. Yes. It gave the abandoned the claims to Terai. Yes, it did. Because you can see in the this one map. This was Sikkim and this was the river. And you can divide that. This in the eastern side, they were front in the eastern side. In the Battle of Makwanpur, we did know General Ochterlony
Yes,
won
sir.
the battle. Yes or no? Then Kumaon
Yes.
all comes in the western side, where Amar Singh Thapa had to fight. Okay, so the Terai area, Uttarakhand, other region, so was abandoned. British accepted the Nepal's claim over Sikkim. No, Nepal and had to give up the claim. Why? Because Tibet and had to fight the British for the Sikkim, but British ensured that Tibet is thrown out, and Tibet became the border between Tibet and British property. So the Nepal had to give up the claim, not claim it to give up the claim. So statement 4 is wrong. If 1, 2, and 3, which code? Answer is B. B is correct. So answer is B. Gorkhas wrested the control of Nepal from the successors of Ranjit Malla of Bhatgaon in 1760. They began to expand their dominion beyond the mountains. In 1801, the English annexed Gorakhpur, which brought the Gorkhas boundary and the company's boundary together. The Anglo-Nepalese War ended with Treaty of Sagoli, which was in the favor of the British. As per the treaty, Nepal accepted a British resident. Nepal ceded districts of Garhwal and Kumaon. It abandoned its claims on Terai. Nepal also withdrew and it gave up the claim on the Sikkim. So answer is B. Consider the following statements about Treaty of Endabo. The Endabo Treaty was signed between British government and Burma. Manipur was recognized as independent state. Burma had to abandon her claims on Assam. Which of the following statement is or correct? 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 2, 1 and 3, 1, 2 and 3. So Treaty of Endabo signed between British and Burma. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Manipur
Yes, sir.
was recognized as an independent state. Yes, Manipur was recognized. Burma had to
Yes.
abandon the claims on Assam. Yes, they Burmese wanted a home kingdom, but Burma had to give up. So this is also correct. If all three statements are correct, answer is D. 1, 2, and 3. So answer is D. So the peace between Burma and British were established in 1826 with the Treaty of Endabo. It provided that government of Burma pay 1 crore rupees as war indemnity. It ceded its coastal province of Arakan and Tenasserim. It abandoned the claims of Assam, Kachar, and Jaintia hills. It recognized Manipur as an independent state. It negotiated a commercial treaty with Britain, and finally it accepted a resident, and that resident will stay in Ava while posting a Burmese envoy at Calcutta, which was the British capital of India. So, which of the following statement is correct about Lord Auckland and his forward policy? The policy implied that the British had to take initiatives to protect the boundary of British from a probable French attack. The tripartite treaty between the British and the Sikhs and Shah Suja was part of this policy. The objective was to be achieved either through treaties with the neighboring countries or annexing them completely. Which of the statement is correct? So Lord Auckland is forward policy. So Lord Auckland in 1840s, what was the issue in 1840s? Forward policy implied that British had to take initiatives to protect the boundary of British India, probable French attack. So issue is French or some other country?
Russia also.
Russia. Okay, why? Because there is something called Crimean War. In this Crimean War, which took place in 1850s between British versus Russia, who won?
Russians.
So Russians won. That means Russians wanted to invade inland. So British were very much afraid. That is why they wanted to create a buffer state in Afghanistan. Yes or no? So that means statement 1 is wrong. It is not French attack or Russian attack. The tripartite treaty between British, Sikhs and Shah Shuja. Oh yes, Shah Shuja Durrani, the deposed French monarch, Sikhs under Maharaja Ranjit Singh, the British signed this policy. Yes, correct. The objective was achieved either through treaties with the neighboring countries or annexing them completely. Yes. So if it is 2 and 3, answer is A, correct. Is it correct? Is third statement correct? And finally, the option A is correct. Option A is correct. Lord Auckland, who came to India as Governor General in 1836, advocated a forward policy. The English company in India itself had to take initiatives to protect the boundary of British India from a probable Russian attack. This objective was to be achieved either through treaties with neighboring countries or by annexing them completely. The Amir of Afghanistan, Dost Muhammad, wanted friendship, but British refused. When British refused to help him to recover Peshawar on condition that British government India rejected regarding Sikhs. Now Dost Muhammad called Russia to help and Persia. So which general came and who went? Who came? Which Russian general was the ambassador who came? Who was received by Dost Muhammad? General Stokitov. Stokitov. Are you remembering? Russia. And Sir Alexander Burns was
Yes, sir.
Alexander Burns. Later, Alexander Burns, Sir William, and Shah Durrani, everybody are killed. And they put another ruler. Did we see? And this tripartite treaty was signed by Shah Shuja, Ranjit Singh, and British. Okay, because Shah Shuja was thrown out in 1809. His brother Shah Mahmud Durrani sat on the throne. Yes or no? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So consider the following statements regarding the Treaty of Gandamak. The treaty was signed after First Anglo-Afghan War. Under this treaty, the Amir would conduct his foreign policy with the advice of the Government of India. Government of India would give Amir an annual subsidy. Which of the statement is correct? So treaty is Gandamak is First Anglo-Afghan War. What was the treaty? First Anglo-Afghan War. Whether it is first treaty or second Anglo-Afghan War. Whether it is first or second. Answer. It is second Anglo-Afghan War. Under the second Anglo-Afghan War Treaty of Gandamak, Amir will conduct foreign policy with the advice of the Government of India under British. That is true. Government of India under British would give annual subsidy. Yes, that is 3. So 2 and 3, answer is A. So Treaty of Gandamak, which was signed after the Second Anglo-Afghan War, provided Amir conduct his foreign policy with the advice of Government of India under the British. A permanent British resident will be stationed at Kabul The government of India will give Amir all support against foreign aggression and annual subsidy. Consider the following statements regarding the revolt of 1857. Disintegration of older Jamindari system, collapse of the rulers, the erstwhile aristocracy, rampant corruption in the company's administration, Religious Disabilities Act of 1856. Which of the following are the causes for the revolt of 1857? Is first statement correct? Rahul?
Yes, sir.
So first statement is correct or wrong?
Yes, sir.
Yes, it is correct. First statement is correct. Disintegration of older system of Jamindari and collapse of the rulers, while all the aristocracy, yes, one by one, the rulers were fell, and moreover, the talukdars of Awadh also fell under the British. So this is also true. Rampant corruption was there in the company. Yes, Religious Disabilities Act of 1856 also the cause where when a Hindu person or a Muslim person changes religion to Christianity, they can inherit the father's property. Yes, this gave the right for that. So 4 are correct. Answer is D. 1, 2, 3, 4. D. 1, 2, and 3 and 4 is correct. So there were economic causes, there were military causes, there were political causes. We already seen in the revolt of 1857. So consider the following pairs. The centers of revolt is the leaders were Delhi, Kunwar Singh, Jhansi, Lakshmi Bai, Rani, Bihar, Bakht Khan. Delhi, which were there? Delhi, 2 people were there. One was General Bakht Khan of Bareilly army and Shah Bahadur Shah Zafar. So Delhi is not Kunwar Singh. Bihar is Kunwar Singh. Yes or no? Delhi is General Bakht Khan. Bihar is Kunwar Singh. So that means only 2 is correct. B. Is it so?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So B is correct. Where centers Delhi, General Bakht Khan, as well as Hindustan Emperor Bahadur Shah Zafar. Kanpur, Nana Sahib. Lucknow, Begum Hasrat Mahal. Bareilly, Khan Bahadur. Bihar, Kunwar Singh. Faizabad, Maulana Ahmadullah. Jhansi Rani, Lakshmi Bai. Bagpat, Shah Mahal. In all these places, it took place. Okay. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Soumya, am I audible? Subhasri,
Yes.
is it audible or still my voice is breaking? Still my voice is breaking? Soumya?
Little bit, sir.
Okay.
Sometimes
So
it's breaking and sometimes it's clear.
now it is clear or breaking, or shall we stop here and tomorrow I will see in a better place and I'll take it? Because I want some participation, both the sides.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay, I will stop here. Okay. So
Okay, sir.
tomorrow we will see the socio-religious reforms movements. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Another thing, see, I'll be teaching from second in Chennai, second onwards, full week, and that I'll be starting the classes morning from 9 o'clock, okay, till evening, all the days. So I'll be fully completing the modern Indian history for the students there. If anybody wants to likes to attend? Do you want to attend those? I'll also will be recording those lectures fully. Okay. And that lectures I will put in our app. Okay. Full modern history. You can also attend online. I will send that link. The same, whatever we are using this link, but you should not come with this name. You should come with Idris sir's name or Chelian sir's name.
So which part of modern history?
Okay, sir.
Full, starting from later Mughals onwards. If you want, you can come. Or if you don't have time, I will put that recording. Sometimes some of you are missed. If you want, I can arrange it for you live. That will come.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
So
sir.
it is up to you. Okay. So tomorrow we'll see. Okay. See you. Bye. See you.
Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.